The guy who wins this is not just the fittest, but the mentally strongest. And that's true for any Molokai channel. So it's really going to be the fittest man who can think best and concentrate the hardest.
Yeah, it's every man for himself, and it's going to be a tough day, and you got to be economical, and I don't think you got to keep everything as calm as possible, and like I say, get between here and the finish as easy as possible and obviously as quick as possible, so hopefully quicker than everyone else.
Very nervous. I mean, it's a first one for both of us. It's quite a long way. We have done this distance before, but not in condition, not this hot. And hopefully a nice wave along the wall, just to get a smile going and finish with a dash of speed.
I think the front of the race will be exciting amongst the young guns. I mean, I think it's going to be a very good race. It's a very competitive field. And when it flattens out like this, the chances of me doing well or being in the front is very limited, because I haven't trained for flat conditions. I've trained for downwind, which the trade's normally blown away most of the time.
It's one of the strongest fields ever. I mean, we've got Hank McGregor, Jasper Maki, Oscar, of course, Clint Robinson, a number of different winners. So it's going to be one of the strongest fields, but no chance of making the record. And it's going to be, I think, who can hang in there that last hour.
Today it's going to be a challenge, there's no doubt about it. It's those guys that have done the work. Hydration will be really important. The first 2 hours will come easy, but your race will start about 2.5 hours. I got to about 45 minutes and I just felt heavy. I just thought I was rating really low, I was underrating everybody, I was paddling about 75%, which I just did for 3 hours. I didn't bust myself much. But I just didn't have much in me today. You just get that sometimes. Some days you feel good, and when you're 42 years of old, those days get less and less and less. Today I just didn't feel that great, but I fought hard at the end until the camera boat come in front of me. I gave it everything I had, and then he sort of cut my race off for me after that, so I just did what I could do.
That's the most pain you're ever going to feel in a race by far. It's just the cramping I'm going through right now when I'm talking to you is just amazing. So yeah, with about 2.5 hours, I was just cramping like nothing else, and to fight through that is just another thing. It's a real mental torture,
At the start, I always go by times and kilometres sort of thing, not the miles, but we were sort of sitting around the 4-minute pace for at least sort of 25k, and then from there the wind sort of seemed to drop a little bit, but the swells were still there, so it really made you work for what you every inch sort of thing, I guess. So yeah, it was a very difficult last 2 hours, but I had to come away with a third. I'm willing to do the work.
I sort of just kept an eye on my position, and Clint was quite south, and they just said, please just stay on the line, Hank. Don't get sucked into anybody. So I was like, perfect, and I just kept the line, and with about 5k's to go, I sort of started opening the taps and managed to get a good 500 meters on Clint at one stage, and I just took a conservative line coming in. Probably wasn't the best of lines, wasn't clean, but I didn't fall out, and I managed to get to the flat water with about 200 meter lead, and that was a fantastic feeling to take the win. It's my second win, my fourth Molokai. It was a tough one, but a good time. But I think I'll be back. I have to do one that's a downwind race. Maybe next year.
2014 Molokai Challenge and Surf Ski World Championships, Mr. Hank McGregor with a time of 3:35.17.